Megan, and this is my lovely model, Sarah. Today we're going to do beach waves with our U-Smooth iron. They are $160 here. Until the end of this month, they're 10% off, and you get a free thermal spray, which is super important. It helps you protect your hair up to 400 degrees. Our iron does go up to 450 degrees, which is completely unnecessary, but just in case you have that rowdy hair. It's a 1.5 inch barrel with beveled titanium plates, so it's great for creating curls. So before we get started, I'm going to be using the U-Smooth Thermal Protection on Sarah's hair. You can use this dry or wet, especially if you blow dry every day. You can spray this in right before you blow dry, and then your thermal protection's already in your hair. But since she's dry, we can go ahead and spray it in dry. Just gonna make sure I comb through all of the product. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this way. Okay, so I like to section the hair out. I'm just going to use 2 clips. Just clip away what I don't need. So when it comes to beach waving, you kind of want your curls to go in different directions. It's going to give you more volume, it's going to help hold the curl, and it's also going to look a little more natural. So I'm taking about 1 inch sections. The first curl towards the face, I always do away from the face. It is kind of tricky when you're curling your hair yourself. So say I'm Sarah and I'm curling at home in my mirror. What you're gonna wanna do, your hand placement, you want your knuckles facing towards your face, and then you give it a half turn away. That's all you have to do, and pull it all the way through to the ends. So once I complete that curl, I'm going to twist it and tap it all the way down. See how I've left that end straight? It's going to look a little more natural, a little beachy. So for my second curl, the one behind, right behind the ear, I'm going to go towards her face. So just that half turn, pull it all the way through, and tap it out. We don't want these curls to be perfect and bouncy. We want them to be long, and we want them to look much more natural. So when you brush them out, she looks like she's just spent the day at the beach. Normally I wouldn't brush these out right away. I would let them sit till I'm completely done curling her hair, but for sake of showing you. So once again, I'm gonna take my next section, and I'm gonna curl this away from the face. So do the twist and tap. What's nice about doing that little tapping afterwards is if you miss a spot in the curl, it's gonna fudge it for you. So you're creating a curl without actually curling, because curling with a smoothing iron is kind of difficult. It's gonna take you a little bit to get it, unless you already are a pro at it. It took me a couple months to really learn how to do it. But once you get it down, you're going to curl your hair so fast, you're going to wonder why you ever used a curling iron. Okay, so I'm going to let those sit and cool. We're going to move into the back section here. Once again, I'm going to clip out the hair that I don't need in my way. So Sarah has kind of a long bob here. So this hair is really short. You can either curl it if you want, like these little long sections. I'm gonna curl away from her face, tap those out, come over here, curl away from her face. And then these small sections, I'm just gonna curl under because you're not really gonna see them. What's great about Beachy Waves is these curls don't have to be perfect. We're not doing a prom style here. We're not going to be pinning this up. You kind of want to have a few straight pieces. That's why I leave those ends straight. So I'm still continuing to alternate which way I'm doing the curl. See, they're not very perfect, but the end result's going to be beautiful. So like I was saying earlier with the smoothing iron, they have these titanium plates that are beveled, which is going to make it so much easier for you to get those curls. See on the sides there? That's still creating heat. And it's not going to tug the hair. So as you'll notice, I'm not brushing out the curls as I go. That's because I want them to cool and really sit in that formation that I'm making. You don't want to brush out your curls until they're completely cooled off. Otherwise, you're undoing all the work you just did. So on top here, you can notice I did these both the same way. I'm both going to do those going back. It's just a personal preference. I feel like they lay nicely that way. Okay, so this is her heavy side. So you want to be really conscious of where you're doing your curls. So it's a little bit thicker, so I'm going to kind of plan out my curls here. So here I'll go back, here I'll go forward, and then since this is by her face, I'll go back again. Say your hair is a little bit more fine, and as you're twisting and tapping, you're losing that volume. As you twist and you tap, you can scrunch the hair up. So then you're tapping that shape in there. I know I'm going pretty fast, but I've been doing this for a little bit longer. So pushing that hair up. So this is one of her bang pieces. So I'm going to make sure I'm conscious about that curl. So this side I'm going to let cool since I just touched it. This side should already be cool. So you can go ahead and start running your fingers through it, shaking out the curls. I'm going to let these bang sections cool really quickly. So since we're in the middle of summer pretty much, there's a lot of humidity if you live here in the Midwest. This is Oribe's anti-humidity spray. So basically you're going to spray it all over your hair. It is a finishing spray. It's going to help hold your style. So for our very final touches, this is Surf Comber in Oribe as well. This is a very heavy product, so if you like to wash your hair maybe every 3 to 4 days, I would recommend doing this on your 3rd or 4th day if you're going to use a lot of it. It comes out as a foam.
We have a question. Someone wants to know, is there a trick to keep the ends straight?
So yes. As I was twisting and tapping, if that end gets too curled, just pull the straightener all the way through down there. If your hair is longer, you're gonna want it to be shorter, a shorter straight end, because say you've got hair to here and you curl to here and then all of this is straight, it's gonna look a little funny. So just be conscious of where you are keeping those straight ends. But once you get it all finished, if you feel like those ends are still too bouncy, you can easily run that smoothing iron right over the ends, and that's all. If your curls are too big for your liking, run the smoothing iron over it. Just quickly. You don't need to do it over and over, otherwise you're gonna undo what you did. This is our final look. Give us a little twirl. And this is how we do our beach waves here. Thanks for tuning in.